By June 1940, the French army and British expeditionary forces had been outsmarted and overrun by the German army. The British were trapped in Dunkirk, and the French army was pushed beyond Paris, as it was declared an open city. Among the French government and military high command, a debate started as they were pushed further and further of whether or not France should sign an armistice with the Germans. The party eventually reached Bordeaux, and the pro-surrender faction had gained favourability, and on June 22, 1940, France signed the armistice. In the peace, Germany annexed Alsace and Lorraine, and occupied all of Paris, metropolitan France, and the Atlantic coast from Belgium to the Pyrenees Mountains. The collaborationist regime chose the scenic spa town of Vichy as its administrative centre, which is obviously how they got their name. On the 9th of July, the provisional government's executive and the two chambers moved into their new home. But why? Why was Vichy chosen? In 1939, it had a population of 25,000, smaller than the British spa town of Harrogate at the time. There were also larger, more important cities that appeared to be better contenders for a provisional capital, namely Lyon, which had a population of over 300,000 in 1939. However, the caveat with this city was that it was strongly linked to its mayor, Edward Herriot, which would not give the regime a neutral or friendly political atmosphere to set up, as he was heavily associated with the now on the run Third Republic. Clermont-Ferrand was another contender, with a population of around 100,000 in 1939, but it did not have enough suitably comfortable hotels that could be brought together in a small space. This brings us on to one of the reasons why Vichy was picked. The town had 400 hotels, which could easily house the new regime's governmental and military personnel. This was ideal, particularly as Vichy was planned to be even more temporary than it really was. The new leadership believed they would be back in Paris within a year. The hotels were an easy, comfortable, and temporary arrangement in a quiet, neutral town. The government could spend a short stay free from internal or external threats. In terms of threats, Vichy was slap bang in the middle of France, removed from the threats of the ongoing war between Germany and the British Empire. They were unharassed from naval warfare and shielded from air raids. The city had a well-connected rail that went directly to Paris, and a modern telephone exchange. This allowed for easy movement during a potential political crises or major event, and easy communication with their German occupiers and the remaining French military. In short, Vichy was a secure and comfortable location. It acted as a hub for efficient mobility and communication that was intended to be the seat of government for a much shorter time than it really was.